Hey everyone, it's MrJordilicious again, and I'm back here with another quick stream tip video. Now I think most of us use OBS Studio for their live streams over on Twitch. And if you don't do that, I highly suggest that you do. Now OBS in itself is already a pretty advanced program that has a lot of features, but did you know there are several little hidden things that maybe you didn't know even existed? Small things that can make using OBS a lot easier. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you 5 things that you probably didn't know existed in OBS. Now as always, if you want to support my content and this channel, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so you get a notification whenever I put up a new video on the channel. Now without further ado, let's roll the intro so I can show you 5 things that you probably didn't know existed in OBS. Now let's go immediately to the first one on this list. Sometimes you probably have a source on your stream that is slightly too big. Of course you can resize it and size it down, but maybe then you lose a little bit of detail that you still want to show. However, it could be that on the sides of your source you have a bit of empty space left, and if you crop that out it would fit perfectly. And this is where the cropping feature comes in handy. Normally when you resize in OBS you drag one of the 4 corner handles and drag them either down or up. However, when you want to crop, you do the same thing, but you press another button. If you press and hold down the Alt key on your keyboard, you can drag one of the sides of your source, and instead of resizing it, you'll actually crop that part of the source, meaning that you can take a little bit off the source without actually sizing it down. Now when you do this, you will see that the outline of your source turns green, indicating that that is the part that you have cropped off. And of course, if you want to undo it, just hold Alt and drag it back out again until your source is back to its full size. Now seeing as we are already in the transformation mood, let's go ahead and look at another advanced transformation feature. Like I said, you can always crop and resize things from your preview window. However, sometimes this is not accurate enough. Maybe you have a design where a source needs to be at a specific X and Y location. In this case, the more advanced transformation options come in handy. To find these advanced options, all you have to do is go to your sources, right click on one of them and then go to the transform menu and select edit transform. Here you will see a new window pop up where you can see all the values of your source. You can change the values to increase or decrease the size, increase or decrease the size on just one side, and of course you can also change the values of the position. Now if you have multiple sources that need to be at the exact same position, you can also do that here very easily. Just right click again, go to the transform menu and select this time copy transform. And then on the source that you want to have on the exact same position, select paste transform. What this does is it takes all the values of size and location and it pastes them to your new source. This way, if you want to have multiple things on the exact same spot, you can easily do this without having to eyeball and hope the things are at the exact same position. And you probably already know that in OBS you can have many different scenes, and in those scenes you can add many different sources. Now of course, if you have a certain set of sources that you use in multiple scenes, you can add them all individually to all these scenes, but that can be a little bit cluttered and you might lose overview of all your important sources. Instead, there is a better way to do this, and I'm going to show you how to do it right now. It's called nested scenes. Let's say you have an overlay that has several different items on it. You have a top bar, and you have your latest follower, subscriber, and donation statistic. And of course, those are 4 different sources that you can add to every individual scene. However, if you want to make things a little bit more organized, make a new scene and add those 4 sources to that one. Go to your scenes where you want to add them, and then instead of adding all 4 sources, you only add one single source. So click on the plus sign to add a new source, and this time select scene. And now you select the scene that you just created with your 4 sources in it. You will see that you basically have the exact same effect. However, instead of adding 4 individual sources, you just added 1. Now this of course you can repeat multiple times for every scene that you want to have. Another advantage of this is that if you toggle something in your nested scene, the toggle will be active in every single scene where the nested scene is active. Let's say you want to turn off a certain aspect of your overlays. If you have that overlay in 4 different scenes, you have to go through all 4 different scenes and turn it off individually. However, if you use nested scenes, you only have to turn it off in the nested scene, and then you will see the change happening in all the scenes where your nested scene is active. Now the next tip especially comes in handy when you are actually live, because sometimes you want to change something in your scenes, but you don't want your viewers to actually see it. So let's say you are on your just chatting screen, but you want to change something on your game overlay screen. Normally, whenever you select another scene in OBS, it instantly transitions to that, which of course you don't want when you are live. This is where studio mode comes in handy. To activate it, simply press the studio mode button and then you will see these 2 separate windows. The right window is your live window, and that is what your viewers are actually going to see. The left one is your production window, and that is where you can make all the changes behind the scenes without your viewers seeing it. When you are in the studio mode, you can select any scene that you want without OBS transitioning to it. This means that you can select another scene from your scene browser, change the sources around, and then once you are done, simply press the transition button in the center of the 2 windows, and your viewers will actually see your change. Now, of course, if you don't want to transition to your new scene, you can also do that. Just make all the changes that you want, but instead of clicking on the transition button, just exit out of studio mode by clicking on the studio mode button again. Now the next and last tip, that was already number 5, has everything to do with audio. Now sometimes you might hear streamers talk about certain filters that they use to make their audio sound better. Things like a compressor or a noise gate. Now, oftentimes these streamers use a dedicated mixer that have these effects all built in. However, if you only use a simple USB or headset microphone, you too can make use of these filters because they are also built into OBS. You just have to know where to find them. So if you want to add filters to your audio sources, all that you have to do is click on the cogwheel next to the audio source, then go down and select filters. Here you can add simple filters like a compression, a noise gate, or any of the other filters that OBS has built in. And if you want to go a little bit more advanced and you know what you're doing, you can always download your own filters, which are usually known as VST filters. I'm not going to go over all the specific settings for each filter in this video, but if that's something that you'd like to see, please let me know in the comments down below, and perhaps we might make a video on that topic as well. Now another thing that I want to talk about in regards of audio, that it is possible to increase the volume of your audio above the default 0 dBs. And normally when you try to use the slider on your audio mixer, you notice that it won't go any higher than 0 dBs. However, if you want it to go higher, there is a way to do that. Again, click on the cogwheel next to your audio source, and then this time go down to Advanced Audio Properties. In this window you will see all the audio sources that you have across all your OBS scenes. Simply find the audio source that you want to increase the volume of, then just increase the value over there. Now while we are in this window, it might also be a good time to let you know that here you can also set the tracks that you want your audio to be recorded to. This can especially be very handy when you're doing multi-track recordings. Simply select all the tracks that you want certain audio sources to go to, and then in a multi-track recording, they will also be on those specific tracks. But if you are streaming to Twitch, keep in mind that Twitch only supports one audio track. Or if you have the latest OBS version, you can actually use 2. So make sure that all the audio that you want to go to Twitch and to want to be saved in your VODs is on the first audio track. Otherwise, your viewers might not hear it. And there you have it. Those are 5 things in OBS that maybe you didn't know before watching this video, but hopefully now you do. And there's many of these little things that are hidden within OBS, so if you want to get more of these tips and tricks, let me know in the comments down below and I might make a part 2 of this video. And while you're there, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so you get a notification whenever a next video is going up on the channel. Now as always, if you have any questions about this video or any of my other videos, I stream every Monday, Tuesday and Friday over on Twitch, so feel free to stop by and hang out in our chat. Or if you want, you can always ask me any questions over on Twitter, or join my Discord where we actually have a dedicated channel specifically for our quick stream tip video questions. So please feel free to jump in there and ask any questions that you have over there. And of course, overall it's a nice place to hang out and talk to other people of the community. So don't be a stranger. Now all that is left for me to say is that my name is MrJordilicious. You guys are all extremely delicious as well. Thank you again so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you again in the next video. Take care and happy streaming.
We'd like to speak to your manager, please, because you don't treat your valued customers like this. Do you have any idea who we are? Do you know who we are? Wait, do I have to press this button myself? What kind of stupid elevator is this? What kind of hotel is this? Huh? I paid good money to sleep here and now I have to press my own elevator button. No. Ramon, press the button. Ramon? Hey, Ramon, press the button. Ramon. God damn it, Ramon, I'll do everything myself. This is not gonna be fun. You hear me? This is not gonna be fun.